With the release of GTA 5 on next-gen consoles, Rockstar introduced some new graphics, better textures, better lighting, some new changes, some new graphical options, and more. So in today's video, we'll be taking a closer look at them, and then we'll also be comparing them to PC with high settings later on in the video. Before we get into that, if you aren't already, make sure to be subscribed and have on post notifications. We're going to be having much more GTA 5 next-gen videos, streams, and more. And if you do enjoy this video, make sure to drop a like. So let's start off with the three new graphic options. So we have Fidelity Mode, Performance Mode, and Performance RT Mode. So for Fidelity Mode, it's basically going to be 30 FPS, so just like the last gen versions, but it does have 4K and ray tracing for the PS5 and Xbox Series X, and a upscaled 4K resolution for the Xbox Series X. As for Performance Mode, it is 60 FPS and it has 4K for the PS5 and Xbox Series X, and then 1080 for the Series S. And then for Performance RT Mode, it's 4K 60 FPS with ray tracing for the PS5 and Xbox Series X. So of course, from these three options, the Performance RT Mode is going to be the best one. It has 4K 60 FPS and of course also ray tracing. So it's really up to you. If you just want to have a nice gameplay and simple experience, then just go with Performance Mode. But if you do want the highest graphics, you want the game to look the best that it can, definitely go with the Performance RT Mode. And then as for fidelity, it's pretty much just going to be like the PS4 or Xbox One version, but it does have 4K. It may not be the best one, but it does have the highest visual quality. But I'd probably recommend going with Performance Mode or Performance RT Mode. Now we also have adaptive triggers and also 3D audio. So adaptive triggers, which is available on the PS5, it's a way to make the game feel more realistic. Basically, the controller now is going to have some resistance for certain places. Also, when you're near fire or explosions, it could like vibrate more, and it just overall gets like a better feeling when you're playing. So it's a really cool thing. And then as for 3D audio, obviously it just makes the audio more like better, more realistic, and that's going to be available on the PS5. And then there's also spatial sound, which is going to be on the Xbox Series X and S. So getting into some more gameplay, Rockstar obviously has improved a lot of textures around the map, some nice new explosions, the fire looks better, roads look more realistic, the vegetation is better. We obviously knew about this even before release, but I definitely want to take a closer look at some of those changes. So let's first start off with the fire and explosion effects. So as you can see on the next gen versions, it definitely looks way more better and realistic. And then as for textures like on the sidewalk, the streets, on some of the buildings and signs and stuff like that, they look really good, and you can see that it's definitely like a better improvement. It's definitely more in detail, along with headlights and brake lights on a vehicle, street lights, traffic lights. They look really good. Even though these graphical upgrades are basically just from the PC version of GTA 5, there's actually some huge noticeable differences while actually playing the game. And something I noticed just from like logging in the first time, the game feels so much more smoother on 60 FPS. Like when you're on 30 FPS, like it's not lagging, but it just feels like it's kind of slow. And to me at times, it kind of feels like the game is like sensible or like not stable at times. So having 60 FPS finally on console is definitely an amazing feeling. The game just feels a bit more faster now. And then also having like the motion blur too when driving, it's just an amazing upgrade. So Rockstar did a great job, especially when it came to the graphics. I'm glad they took their time with this. It's not really the best that Rockstar could do. I expected way more when it came to the graphics. I'm not disappointed with this version, but I know Rockstar, if they invested more time and money, it could have been even better. So hopefully if Rockstar does have plans to bring over RDR2 to PS5 and Xbox Series X and S, hopefully they learn from this and make that version even better. And if you want to see some more of these new differences and new details that Rockstar added, they did release a new trailer today, so I'll leave that link in the description if you want to check it out. Now I also do want to talk about loading times. They are extremely fast, especially just loading into public lobbies. So for example, if you go from the GTA Online menu, usually like on PS4, it's probably going to take around maybe 2 minutes. Now most of the time it actually takes around maybe like 45 seconds for most people. And then as for invite only lobbies and like close friend sessions, etc., those are extremely fast. It comes to the point where like you barely even look at the clouds. It's like it just switches over like within under 10 seconds. So I'm glad Rockstar has upgraded these loading times. I've seen a bit of an improvement when it comes to like loading times like into the casino or just like switching from jobs and stuff. So I'm glad Rockstar has fixed that also. About a year ago, this modder and Rockstar Games did end up putting a patch out for GTA 5 on PC, and the loading times are really improved. So it is about time that this finally arrives on console. So I do recommend getting on GTA 5 on the PS5 or Xbox Series X and S. Drive around in free mode or something like that. Just look around and see the differences. If you were playing on the PS4 or Xbox One version, you're definitely definitely going to see the difference. But if you do play on PC, you know, with high graphics, it may not be the biggest change for you. Now, like I just said earlier, we're going to be doing some comparisons with PC and the next gen version of GTA 5. So let's start off with explosions first. Like I said earlier, explosions look way more better on the next gen console version. And then just walking around in GTA Online, it's just a bit more clearer and just more smoother on console compared to PC. And then as for driving, it is about the same, but there's definitely more details to see around. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section on what y'all think about these new graphics and changes for GTA 5 on next gen consoles. And if you have any questions, let me know down in the comment section also. So that's all for this video. Hopefully y'all did enjoy. If you did, then make sure to drop a like. And of course, like I said earlier, we're going to be having much more GTA 5 next gen videos, streams, and more here on the channel. So if you aren't already, make sure to be subscribed and have post notifications. And I'll see you on the next one. Peace.